Let's make this podcast.
Let's do the podcast.
Let's do this podcast.
Let's do the podcast. Yeah, let's do the podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to ChortleCast, otherwise known as Fancy Cast.
There you go.
Why is that, Brody?
Because you're probably wondering,
Does this episode look way better than it normally does?
it's being filmed on a $10,000 camera lens.
Yeah, really nice. We're using a Cinema Prime today, which is not what we normally use, and that's why it looks very good. It's lens quality there, people, glass quality.
So we
Makes
decided to dress
all
up.
the difference. And just so happens that Brody also decided to dress up nicely today. He's wearing a button-up instead of our usual t-shirt. And so I was planning on wearing my new Witcher t-shirt, which I'm wearing right now. It's very nice, very comfortable, and it smells nice. But I threw on a button-up over it just to kind of fancy it up a bit. So
Just to make it fancy cast.
welcome to Fancy Cast. Anyway, ChortleCast, official podcast of Chortle Games. It's our platform to talk about TVs, shows, movies, games, anime, whatever the heck we want to talk about. Even TVs, if that's what we want to talk about, whatever.
My favorite brand of TV is Panasonic.
This episode is also brought to you by coffee. Not any particular brand, just coffee.
In general.
In general. So, anyway, we had a great show for you this week. We're going to be talking about the PlayStation Plus free games of the month. We're going to be talking about the Golden Circle trailer, the new one, the full one, not the one we talked about last week, but the actual full one. And then we got some Disney news, and then some Overwatch news, and some DC news. So we've been on a Marvel kick, but now we're switching gears to DC.
Oh, that DC.
That DC.
Not politics.
Washington,
Yeah.
DC, like DC Comics.
Welcome to Politics Cast. Today we
That's
will
a
be
great
talking
that's a
about
great name.
DC. Polycast.
All the Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Thanks, man.
Polycast. Political cast. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Jake.
I'm Brody.
It's Brody. Yeah. So anyway, we're ready and revving to go. But first off, Brody, we always do this before the beginning of the show. We do a little catch up because we're best friends, and we don't see each other all the time, except when we're doing this kind of stuff. So
Although maybe we should like mustard.
we should what? Mustard? Oh, because we're gonna catch up, but you want a mustard. That's stupid. It's not funny at all.
That was the worst joke I've probably ever made.
It's definitely in the top 5 worst jokes you've ever made.
Should be a video.
Of the worst jokes you've ever made, I'll make a compilation. Basically it would just be a playlist of all our videos. So anyway, all right, Brody, what have you been up to? You've been playing Horizon, right?
I have been playing Horizon.
He stole my copy. I'll have you know.
I did.
No shame.
It was
Just totally did.
yeah, it's been really fun. When I started it, I was worried. I guess not worried. I kept trying to compare it to Zelda because I'm a loser, and
No comparison.
yeah, it's pretty much all that can be like compared with them is that they're both open world.
Right.
Just that Zelda does the open world a little bit better.
Yeah.
I would think.
Well, it's just Zelda took what everyone knows as open world and everyone has accepted as open world and flipped it on its head. And
They made it more open world.
Yeah. I have not had as much trouble as I thought I would getting into
Other games.
I guess games before Zelda. Than I thought I would. I thought I would really struggle with it and just like nothing's ever going to be as good. But it hasn't been as bad other than wanting and trying to climb every surface I can possibly find. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So I'm not as upset as I thought I would be. But anyway, I'm sorry I detracted.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So Horizon, it's good.
It's good.
How far are you? We were kind of talking beforehand, but
maybe like 10 hours in.
okay.
But yeah, so far it's really fun. I was kind of worried, like from the E3 stuff we'd seen, that like fighting the dinosaurs would be easy because the first thing they showed was like Aloy fighting Thunderjaw, I think it's called, which is
Yeah.
like the big T-Rex thing, and they were like, just lay a trap down and then shoot a gun off and then shoot the Thunderjaw and then it's down, and I was just like, that seems really easy. I haven't even made it to a Thunderjaw yet. The biggest thing I fought was like a fire bellowback or something.
Yeah.
And that was like hell. And another thing I fought was something called a long leg, which is basically
One of those
like,
the tall thing that has like the dome
No,
head?
no.
No, that's something different.
this was like I guess the thing I could like relate it to the closest like actual animal would be like an ostrich.
Ah, okay.
But
I
it, like-
never ran into those.
It shoots like shockwaves. I guess in video game terms, the closest thing I could think of is a Kurapeka or something. I'm probably butchering the name from Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
They both have like this attack where they like breathe in and like can like shoot shockwaves and stuff everywhere.
Right.
And that one was crazy. That thing was flying everywhere and like kicking me in the face and stuff. So I can't imagine like how hard it's actually going to be to fight stuff, because like I go through like every trap I have or like tripwire thing and like have to make multiple arrows in the middle of freaking fights. And it's like, I'm going to be okay if the skin's this difficult. And I have it on normal.
Right.
Maybe I just suck at the game, but who knows?
No, that's about how I was. I made a really bad mistake. To clarify, I have maybe put in 5 hours in the game or so. I played it between the time it released and Zelda released. So maybe a day and a half total with me working and doing other things. But anyway, all that to say, I haven't gotten very far. But I made a crucial mistake early on. I sold the bow that you start off with and bought what I thought would be a stronger bow. But what I didn't realize was that certain bows can only use certain kinds of arrows. And so I bought a bow that could only use heavy arrows. So I no longer could, because I didn't have enough stuff. There's some component of that I'm not going to say is rare, but like you don't just see it everywhere. I don't know if it's like a metal piece or something. Like, I mean, again, it's not rare. It's just, it's not everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got to a point where I could not craft arrows at all for any reason. And I got stuck in a mission where I had nothing. So I had to like escape the mission, go find a merchant, buy back my old bow, or a bow that could do everything I needed to do. It was a nightmare.
That is something I've seen.
really
when you talk to
inconvenient.
merchants, there's a buyback option, and I was like,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Yes, they did that to secure any mistakes like what I did. But yeah, I my short time with it, I love games that have bows in them. So I really liked how the archery worked in that. I like how it
Way
works.
nicer than I thought. In
I
fact,
like how it
using-
works better in Zelda, but
Yeah.
it is nice, and I do like it. I like all the different weapons you get. I didn't have a ton at that point that I was in, so I look forward to more. I'll tell you what, the story is so intriguing
That's
for me.
something that, like, when I saw this game, I was like, fighting dinosaurs was going to be fun. For some reason, I didn't even think of a story.
Right.
And so, I guess, kind of spoilers for, like, the first 3 hours of the game, maybe,
Right.
depending if you do, like, side quests and stuff. I was not expecting, like, everybody to fucking die during the proving thing. Like, I expected
yeah.
something kind of weird to happen, because I talked to the dude that had the earpiece thing she had or whatever, and he
Right.
was like, just enjoy tomorrow or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that sounded kind of sketchy, dude.
Yeah.
Peace. And I walked off, and like in the middle of this thing, like you finally become like a member of the tribe, and you're like, oh, and then everybody just gets shot in the face with an arrow, and I was like, oh God, what's happening? And it was actually a lot more traumatizing than like I was expecting anything in the game to be. It's like,
Really?
well, just people like getting shot through like the chest with arrows and shit, and I was like, oh my God.
I must be a dark person, because I don't
No,
even
I'm way
like.
darker than you. You're like Titan. gave you nightmares, and it's like,
Titan just makes me feel Attack on Titan. It makes me just sick. It doesn't necessarily give me nightmares, but it makes me feel sick. Yeah, I don't know. That was I wasn't expecting all of them to die.
I wasn't either.
Certainly not that quickly. I knew the dad was going to die somehow.
I figured he was.
That was a.
As soon as he showed up, I was like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead because he shouldn't have been there. It
No.
was just crazy. But yeah, I'm because after you get to that point, that's when it really starts to get meaty. You start to find out some interesting things in like the Tree of Life or whatever they call it. And I don't know. I was super intrigued, but it was Zelda time by the time I jumped back in.
Womb of the Mountain or something?
Womb of the Mother or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know.
Anyway, it looks really interesting. I'm looking forward to jumping back in it. You stole my copy.
I did.
So I've been playing The Witcher. Actually, I haven't even played The Witcher yet. I had a few hours. So I've actually been in Las Vegas for the past 3 or 4 days. I left Sunday, got back yesterday, had a good trip. But before I left, I had some free time because I had finished all the videos for this past week that needed to happen. I was ready to go. And then, but I had some time, so I was like, well, I'm craving Witcher right now. That's just what I want to play. Brody's stolen my Horizon Zero Dawn, so I'm going to play Witcher. And my PlayStation, I had told you, and I've mentioned this on the podcast way back when, my PlayStation, I had to initialize the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I had lost basically anything that was on my hard drive that hadn't miraculously been saved to the cloud was gone. And so when I went back, PlayStation assured me that everything automatically uploads to the cloud, and I should have all my save data, which you can always download. You know, if you bought a game online, you have access to it forever just to re-download. But none of my save hardly any of my save files had been saved. Like at the time I was playing through Watch Dogs, none of my Watch Dogs saves were on there. Thankfully, the most recent save was the second time I went back and played The Witcher. So I had my most recent saves there, but it took like 20 hours to download all the DLC again and like reinstall everything. So I really don't even know that my save is there. I can see the save file and I'm pretty sure it's the right one, but I just can't. I couldn't access it.
Yeah.
So I think I played Overwatch and maybe something else to kill time until I left. But anyway, I'm in a Witcher mood. That's what I'm going to be playing next. But yeah, I was in Las Vegas for this thing called NAB, which is the National Association of Broadcasters. I believe that's right. It's this big convention where basically all these camera and media vendors come together and they have a big show showing off the newest gear and whatnot and all this cool stuff. So I got to see a lot of cool stuff. Canon had a booth. That's what we shoot on, shoot our stuff with. They had some cool stuff. They were hinting at a new camera. So I haven't signed anything. I haven't seen anything either, but they're hinting at a new camera that's supposed to be announced soon. So that's kind of cool. I'm trying to think of what else I did.
You're way more into the...
I saw some cool... I went through... we did a lot of stuff. I went to a Maxon party. They do Cinema 4D, and they always have a party at the arcade. There's like this a pinball store. This guy he basically refurbishes old pinball and arcade machines. And that was a blast. Attended a thing called Media Motion Ball, which was awesome. Red Giant, who creates a bunch of editing add-on software. They gave away basically their entire software suite. They gave everybody free copies of everything. And it's not like, oh, it only lasts for a month. It's like forever. So it was awesome. There were maybe like 400 people there. So it was great.
Were you one of the...
I was one of the 400. So anyway, it'll be going on my work computer, but I still have it. I still have access to it. Let's see, what else? Yeah, that's basically it. I didn't really do any shows or anything. I didn't gamble. Some people on Twitter were like, oh, you going to maybe a little gambling too? And I was just like, I didn't last year when I went to this, and don't really care to do it this year. So I can never find anything that just like I'm like that looks like a good thing to try.
The thing I could see myself trying is slots, but it's like slots is like.
Well, even slots, like there have been a couple. I saw plenty of slots, but they're all basically the same. Like they're all just let it reel and hope for the best, which is fine. But I'd rather do something that like I at least have some something that I have at least a little bit of a chance of. If I'm good enough at the game, I could win. But
there's like when I went on a cruise probably 2 Decembers ago, not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before that. There was like a casino room on the ship, and like the entire trip, I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna take in like $40 and just do stuff. But it was like I was the same as you. It's like slots, there's like no freaking way like I'll be able to win anything. But then there was like you could like watch people playing like Texas Hold'em or like all the other stuff, and it's like I wish I understood how to play cards so I could actually stand a chance in this.
Yeah.
Or like poker or something.
I played poker once at another thing, not on this trip, but I didn't do well. I didn't do very good at all.
I don't even know how to play poker.
It's actually not hard. I ruined my one chance at playing where I was. Basically, they had like a training table for anybody who had never played before. And the lady who was dealing for us, basically if we ran out of money, she just gave us more. And so just so we could continue going and figure out how the game works. And so when we were all ready to go, we had enough people at our table that we could all just start a match. So we jumped right in. And it did not hit me that, oh, she's not going to give me any money anymore until it was way too late for me. So I basically hit a point where I had to be very lucky or have a really good hand to even survive or like make a comeback. And so it was like a very slow, painful death until someone kicked me out. So anyway, but yeah, Vegas was fun. It's an interesting place. It's not my favorite place, but it was cool to be there. Been there twice now. So anyway, but yeah, it's been good. Been a good week.
It's hot?
Yeah, it was really hot. It was real hot. It's Texas. A desert. It's a desert.
Yeah.
So it's not very fun.
We went to my brother's wedding in Texas like 2 weeks ago, maybe. Their hot's like way different than our hot.
Well, it's a dry heat.
It feels so much better.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not too bad. I hate heat anyway.
I hate heat, but if I had to deal with heat, that's the heat I would want.
Yeah, well, ours is like a swampy, humid heat.
Dude.
It's like being
awful.
Wet and hot. It's like walking
awful.
around in a hot tub all day or something. I don't know. That sounds too nice, what I just described. But anyway, I digress. All right, anything else we need to?
The reason I'm dressed up today is I'm testing something out. Is my experiment I'm running starting today of
Do you get more tips if you are dressed up?
I want to see if people will tip me better for the job I do if I dress up. The job I do.
I was going to say, I feel like we've said you're
something.
A delivery man before. You're a
deliver
delivery
food.
driver.
I'm not a stripper or anything.
Wow.
But yeah, I want to see.
Unless that's what somebody orders. Am I right? Yeah.
I don't know. Someone better tip me a lot if I'm
Yeah,
stripping.
no kidding.
But yeah, I would like to see if I. So far, I've only done it today.
Have you noticed a difference today?
Usually in the day shifts, we make about $10 an hour. But today I worked 11 to 5 and made $74. So.
Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if that improves. If it improves.
I'm just going to keep testing it.
A little bit. Yeah. Well, interesting. Awesome. Brody, it's time to get into the news. And our first bit of news is the PlayStation Plus games for the month of May in the year 2017. And they're really good. So, yes, as you can see if you're watching on YouTube, the back of our screen, we've got Abzu and Tales of the Borderlands for PlayStation 4.
You've probably never played a Borderlands game, have you?
No, I have not. Is that Telltale?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. No, I have not. I haven't played any Telltale style game. I have Batman,
really?
the Telltale game,
I played the Walking Dead one, but that's it.
completely unopened in my game catalog at this point. I haven't had a chance to jump into it. I'm not sure how I like it. I don't even really know how they play. I know they're strongly story oriented.
Yeah.
But
from what I've read of this one, I think that this one's kind of like a game show.
This was one of their first ones, right? I mean, this is one of their, like, this has got to be one of the third or fourth
I have no
Telltale games that they've done. I'm pretty sure it is.
I have heard people say that this is the best one, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I've played Borderlands 1 and 2, so
Okay.
I'll probably enjoy it a lot. The other game?
The other game, Abzu, very Journey-like game, not made by the same people who did Journey, but it is very, very similar in style. You're an underwater diver person on a journey, but not so much on an Abzu, whatever the heck that is.
Abzu.
Whatever the heck that is.
It's fun. It's with fishes instead of scarves.
But yeah, you've played it, right?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
I bought it when it came out.
I am really excited. It's been on one of those that like I knew I would eventually play, but I was kind of in the back of my heart hoping that something like this would happen,
Yeah.
where I could get it for free.
It's worth it.
These are two pretty good, like well-reviewed games
I think
that are now coming out.
this is good. I'm happy with what they've been doing with PlayStation Plus so far for this year. Not so much the sales. All the sales have been terrible for some reason.
I mean, I got Until Dawn for like $10 or something. I can't remember how much it was.
It's like one of those games that I feel like is always on sale, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they always have like the same games on sale. It's like, I know they have one this week that was like the top secret PlayStation 4 sale or some crap. And it was like GTA 5 was on sale again. It's like always on sale in these sales. But they were selling it for $6 more than it like usually is or something. And it's
That's
like
stupid.
and
Why?
people are like pissed off about it. I don't know,
yeah.
it's stupid. But at least the PlayStation free games,
Have been better.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Europe has one different game. Instead of Abzu, they're getting Alienation.
Alienation.
Which
Have
I've
you ever
also
played that?
heard. I haven't. I've
I
also
heard it's
heard it's
good.
really good. It's a top-down like twin stick shooter, from what I know.
Oh, okay.
But that's all I know
Very
about
cool. Well, for PlayStation 3 owners, we'll get Port Royale 3, which is like a pirate game. So cool. And then any Vita owners, but also PlayStation owners, this is available to you as cross-buy. Laser Disco Defenders and Type Rider. Not Typewriter, Type Rider. Very curious about that one. I haven't looked it up to look at it and see what it's like. But I'm always curious about the Vita games because they're usually pretty small, pretty fun, little snaps. But anyway, I'm super excited about Abzu. I'm really glad that that's on here.
It's a lot of fun.
And we're going to get to play that. So hopefully we might play it for the channel, but I don't know. It might be too far at this point. But yeah, good stuff. You're satisfied, though. This is getting better.
This is a good sale.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sad because I already spent money on Abzu, but I'd say when I bought it, it was $15. I'd say it's worth it.
Oh, yeah. No. So, well, that's good. Good selection for this month.
Good job, Sony.
So last week we talked about a certain spy movie called The Kingsman 2, which released its first teaser trailer, which was 15 seconds long, Brody. And we talked a lot about how we really liked that style of release for a teaser. We discussed some of the brief flashes that we had in it. And then nigh a week later, we have our first full trailer, which I'll play in the background for you YouTube viewers. I love you text me and we're like, dude, this movie looks amazing. And my immediate text was, go watch the first one. The first one was so good.
Maybe I'll watch that this weekend.
This one looks awesome. I love the style. Not a whole lot of dialogue in this. We just kind of see what's happening. So
I'm a big Frank Sinatra person,
Me too.
and I love that he
When
was
that
like,
started playing, I was like, I had to watch it twice to like once because I just heard the music and I was gone, and then the second time I was actually paying attention to what was going on. But yeah, so when the trailer starts, we hear dialogue from I forget the actor's name, but he played.
Peter Malark,
I believe that's right. Wait, what?
the guy from Hunger Games. Peter?
No. You're talking about the main guy.
Yeah.
No.
Is
no,
that Peter?
No. That you're talking about Eggsy in the movie. His name is Eggsy. I'm not sure who the actor's name is, but his mentor Galahad is the only name I can remember him by. He's basically saying like, "Oh, Eggsy, you know, I brought you in just like someone brought me in. Blah blah blah. I hope I prepared you well or whatever." And then he says something along the lines of, "I hope you're ready for what comes next."
And then everyone blows up.
We see everything blow up.
I'm assuming this is like the headquarters of Kingsman or something.
So yeah, so you see several different places. You see this mansion, which I don't remember from the first movie. No, I do. It was where Arthur, the head of Kingsman, who spoilers turned out to be evil, was in that mansion. So
that is spoiled for me now.
but then also you see flashes of this clothing store that Eggsy's in. That was their other headquarters. I think it was in London. You see that get blown up too. So basically, someone attacked the Kingsmen, and they attacked them hard, and they attacked them everywhere.
Yeah.
When we left the Kingsman 1, there was Eggsy, the girl who got accepted into the Kingsman instead of Eggsy, and then Merlin, who was like their tech wizard guy. Get it? Because they killed Arthur, and then Arthur killed all the other Kingsmen.
I
It
guess I
looks.
shouldn't watch this movie now.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm ruining everything. It looks like they have a new Arthur in this movie, but he immediately gets blown up, we assume. So I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, someone attacks the Kingsmen.
Yeah.
As it plays on, we see them looking over the rubble and all that jazz. Frank Sinatra's playing, and it's beautiful. But then it looks like they go to America at this point. And so we see a lot more of the statesmen in this. And I'm already in love with the statesmen. They're awesome.
All I know is someone had like a whip.
They all wear cowboy hats. So the Kingsmen, I think I mentioned this in the other podcast. The Kingsmen all wore suits. They had umbrellas. They were, spy like tuxedos. But every single statesman you see is in cowboy hats and usually has some kind of jeans or something, like jean jackets and all that kind of stuff. We see Channing Tatum here. I was going frame by frame earlier, and where they meet Channing Tatum is in a whiskey cellar or a whiskey distillery, and it's a Statesman branded whiskey that they have. And so like when we see Channing Tatum, he walks in, he's got his cowboy hat on, he's got jeans on, he flips his shotgun around. We see Eggsy kind of like his eyes go up like, crap, we're gonna have to fight this guy. And it also shows a flash of a flask on Channing Tatum's belt that says Statesman. Wow. So it looks like if the Kingsmen were in clothing stores and tailors, the Statesmen are whiskey distillery men. But they literally are all dressed up with cowboy hats. They look like someone straight out of Montana or something. Anywho, we mentioned Poppy in the teaser that we saw. We see this guy with the cool robot arm, but we mentioned Poppy. We see Poppy for a brief second when it mentions Julianne Moore. That was her right there. We see her, but we didn't see anything. Like we didn't see Poppyland like we saw in the other teaser. You see brief flashes of it. Let me see if I can get you to the frame. I was looking at this earlier. It's when they show Julianne Moore here. Let me get to it. Okay, so this picture right here, if you look at it, first off, she's got a beef cuts thing behind her with a cow that shows like all these different like parts of the cow and how you cut it up and what you call it and eat it and everything, which really confuses me because I feel like she's some sort of drug lord. But behind her, you see this kind of ruiny thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what
Okay.
Poppy Land looked like. This is actually a really good description because it's all nice and clean on the inside, but it looks like a freaking Mayan ruin on the outside.
Mm.
So I think Poppy Land must be her headquarters.
Okay.
And we know she is a villain. We don't know what her goal is. But anyway, what I really want to get to is here at the end, we're seeing a list of all the people, blah, blah, blah. Jeff Bridges is in it. Right here, we see this guy.
Liam Neeson.
This is not Liam Neeson.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Oh,
This
you can cut that off then.
is Galahad, the mentor.
Wait, who is
I don't know his.
that actor?
I can find out real quick, but so I'm spoiling the first movie for you, Brody.
Oh,
But
yeah, you
he
pretty much ruined
dies.
it.
He dies.
Okay.
So
I
he
don't
was.
even have to watch the first.
He was.
movie now.
I'm sorry. He was his was Eggsy's mentor, and so
I feel like an idiot for calling him Liam Neeson.
I'm just laughing. You got so many actors wrong. So that's
did-
Colin Firth.
Okay.
So so his name was Harry Hart, but his Kingsman code name was Galahad, which is all I remembered because at the time I had just played
The Order.
The Order, and so you're Galahad in that one too. But
It sounds pretty much like spoilers for the first movie. Everyone dies.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, no one. Well, okay, yeah, pretty much. Actually,
dead.
no, like really, if you watch the movie, you'll really, that's so true. Like, so many people die. Anywho, all that to say, so he died, and it's actually his death scene is one of the coolest moments in the whole movie. It's this fight scene in a church, and it's awesome. It was the scene that made me think, like, that really solidified for me, like, this is an amazingly choreographed action movie.
Yeah.
That scene alone is just awesome. I've seen it be memed before with some things, but anyway, he's here. He's alive. He looks like he's in a padded room. He's got an eye patch, which I can't remember if the villain in the first movie shot him through the eye, and that's how this comes into play. I really don't remember. I'm curious if he's a villain in this next movie. And if he is, or if he's working with Poppy, it would explain how they knew where to strike the Kingsman, because he would have known everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's confused, like he thinks he was betrayed by the Kingsman and left for dead, and so he's angry and mad at them. Or I don't know if when he was brought back to life, which I still don't know how that happened, if that like warped his mind or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious if Eggsy is going to have to kill him. Which I full on, they'll fight at some point. But
Yeah.
I'm curious if that will come into play. But anyway, you thought it looked good. What were some things that you were just like, oh man, like
The Frank Sinatra thing was cool. The whip was cool. I'm excited to see Cowboy Channing Tatum. I didn't watch the first movie, so I don't really know what to be excited about more than.
You need to go watch.
This looks cool.
I want you to go watch the first one and
If I need to now.
just tell me what you think about the action scenes. Like, I can't describe how cool the action is.
Yeah. So
It's,
do I pretty much know the whole thing now?
I mean, you know the highlights. I've given you the spoilery highlights. Come on, it's been like 4 or 5 years, so I feel no sympathy for spoiling anything.
Spoil Game of Thrones. For you.
Sorry. Well, hold up now.
I'm just kidding. I don't even know any.
I'm as far ahead. We're caught up
Yeah.
together at this point. And that's different because that would have been fresh information. That would have been within a year. Anyway, great movie. If you haven't seen Kingsman 1, now that you know everything, go watch it just to see the action. I mean, it's really, really well done. So I'm almost looking forward more so to that than any of the story really here. So anyway, looks great. I'm excited about it.
That was a bald guy. Was that
That was Merlin. I don't know what his actual name.
I was
I don't know
gonna
what the
say,
actor's name is. I don't know what the character's name is. I just know what his position was in the Kingsman.
Was that James McAvoy?
Wow. I'm ready.
Akuna Matata. Akuna Matata.
Wow. All right. So next bit of news is a little bit of Disney news, just kind of a recap for you. So there was a lot of weird movie news this week that kind of came out like rapid fire. I say movies, like movie and TV show, just like real short news. I'm gonna pull up my notes here, but basically Disney announced their D23, which is their kind of big conference. They announced their panel lineup for that.
It's like E3 for Disney.
Which it is. Which it's D23 instead of E3. Get it? I don't know. There's some significance to that name. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's see. So anyway, D23 is going to be on July 14th, but they announced the lineup for their panels. So on the first day, let me see, blah, blah, blah. They're going to kick off the event with a Legends Award, which is going to honor people like Stan Lee, Oprah Winfrey, and Carrie Fisher, the late Carrie Fisher. I'm not sure where Oprah Winfrey fits into that category of people. I mean, she's obviously she's done some awesome things, but I don't know. I'm not sure what she's getting there.
So she's done awesome things. I'm just not sure what they are.
She's something like that. Then after that, we're gonna have the Pixar and Disney Animation Studios.
Okay.
Are gonna talk about some of their new projects. Gonna be Incredibles 2, Coco, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2, which I think should be named Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, but I won't argue with the Disney. So hopefully we'll see. I'd love to see a trailer for Incredibles 2 because we haven't seen that yet. Mm-hmm. We've seen a trailer for Coco. We haven't seen a trailer for Wreck-It Ralph, so I'd love to see that too. But I'm also curious. Have you heard of Gigantic yet?
No.
So Gigantic is a movie that they just name dropped it at D23 last year, I believe, and they showed a picture, and it's basically Jack and the Giant Beanstalk story, but Disney-ized. Okay. So if you watched Zootopia, there's a point where Duke Weaselton or whatever, he's selling movies, and he's like, I got all these movies here, and it's like Tangled, but it's Maximus is the lead character with all his flowing hair and everything. Then he's like, I got movies they don't even have yet, and it shows Meowna, which is a cat version of Moana. It shows Giraffic, which is Gigantic, and then it actually showed Frozen 2. I can't remember what they called it, but I when I saw the movie, I saw Gigantic and thought, I know what that is. Yeah. I missed Frozen 2. But anyway, that's what that is. So I'm curious to see if we're going to hear anything else about that one, but who knows. Then on July 15th, they're going to do. They're going to have a panel for Disney, Lucasfilm, and Marvel. So they don't have anything listed specifically for this, but we'll probably hear something about The Last Jedi. We'll probably hear something about Thor Ragnarok. We might hear something about like the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie that's coming out. We might hear something about Lion King, the live action, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But who knows? So that's going to be good. And then later that day, they'll talk about Disney parks and resorts and all that stuff. And so they'll probably talk about the new Star Wars Land that's opening in 2019. And then it also says that they're planning to discuss the world of Avatar as not like Airbender, like the blue alien Avatar, the crappy one, that one. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's what the D3 panel is going to be. So very exciting. I'm obviously most excited for the Disney Pixar animation stuff, which I think is going to be really, really good. The other thing, and the reason I have a picture of Lion King and Frozen up here, is because we now have release dates for Frozen 2 and The Lion King. Now, obviously, first off, let me just say it's 2019 is what we're talking about here. So these are fairly obvious. These could change. But Lion King will hit theaters on July 19th, and Frozen 2 will supposedly come out November 27th of 2019. Both of those for 2019. So anyway, did you know they were making a live action Lion King movie when I told you this news
No,
for the
I
lineup
didn't.
today?
Also, I'd like to say, down with Frozen. Please give Tangled 2 instead.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, we're best friends.
I liked Frozen,
for real though.
but like Tangled was way better.
Well, they've got the Tangled show now.
I don't care.
I retract my. Okay, I do too, but at least we've got something for Frozen. I mean, Tangled.
Know, but still, everyone was like, "Frozen's the best movie ever," and it was like,
no. It was good. It just Tangled. I agree, deserves more attention, but I am okay with Tangled not getting a sequel because Disney sequels, at least in the animated realm, in the past, are usually not as good. So like Pixar is the exception, right? Toy Story, all of the Toy Story movies are great. Cars, some would argue, all are great. I would not be one of those people. But most of their animated like classics either don't get sequels or get like straight to VHS or DVD sequels. Mm-hmm. And they're usually okay. We've talked about Pocahontas 2, which I hate. We've talked about, I don't know that we've ever talked about it, but I'm not a huge fan of Mulan 2. I love Mulan. Mm-hmm. I love that whole thing. But the direct to VHS movie was not that awesome.
Yeah, I don't even know about.
There's plenty of Beauty and the Beast sequels. There's a lot of Aladdin sequels that are all like but none of them ever, to my knowledge, never made it to theaters. They were all like straight to. So I'm sure I'm wrong on this, but this Frozen 2 being a sequel to an animated classic from Disney going to a theater, I could be wrong, but I don't think I've heard of it at another time.
I know what they could do.
Who knows? I mean, at this point, we know they're sisters. They could take the route that Once Upon a Time took, which if you're a fan of that show and haven't made it through season 3, we're in season 6 now, so spoilers, but you're on your own. Basically, that plot follows. They discover that they have an aunt who was their mother's sister, who was the Snow Queen, which is the book that this tale is based off of, or fairy tale. And basically, the Snow Queen almost killed everybody, just like Elsa did, but they stopped her. And Elsa and Anna's mother chose to lock her away, the aunt away, and made the trolls take everyone's memory of her away. And so that's why no one knew about her, and everyone was surprised when Elsa had powers.
Okay.
And it also kind of explained why her parents were like, all right, power bad, we need to whatever. So they could go that route. That might be interesting. Who knows, man? I mean, at this point, they're going to make money off of this movie either way.
Yeah.
I was listening to someone talk about this earlier, and I think it was about Star Wars. Once you get that first movie out there, you can, like, the sequel is the easiest thing to make, because the first one you're very strict. You're trying to make sure that you're sticking to what you got to do. You're trying to get an audience. Once you have a hit, the sequel, you can do whatever. It doesn't matter. People are gonna go see that sequel because they loved the first one. And then the third one, I think, is where it's really risky. You kind of have to really catch people again, because if your sequel's bad, people are gonna drift off.
Yeah.
But people are guaranteed to come see that second one because they loved the first one. So I don't know. Anyway, they could do anything. You're not excited about the Lion King. I think it's a little annoying that Disney is doing all these live action remakes.
Just come up with something new.
That said, I loved the Beauty and the Beast live action remake. Like, I genuinely really enjoyed that one. The Cinderella one was fine. The Maleficent one was fine. I didn't love Jungle Book.
Didn't see it. It's on Netflix. I might watch it.
Yeah, I just didn't love it. And then this is going to be Jungle Book, but without Mowgli.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, what's the point of having a live action movie that's all CG?
There's no humans in it.
And I swear, if they
they
throw a
add a
human
human?
in it, I'm going to be mad. The only thing that justifies this movie just a little bit for me is James Earl Jones is voicing Mufasa again.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool, but I'm still just like, why make a live action version of a movie that's going to be all animated?
Who did Simba? Was it?
I don't remember that actor's name. I can look it up again since I've looked that up 4 or 5 times for us on this podcast. But you have to keep the conversation going. Tell me your thoughts.
Haley Joel Osment, but no.
No, I don't think so. No, he wouldn't have. I don't think so. Let me
Which
see.
just makes me think of who is
King.
Who's Sora's voice actor going to be?
In the next one?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can Haley Joel Osment not do it?
Everyone said his voice isn't like.
Pardon the Kingdom Hearts break off there.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm keeping the conversation going.
Okay. Matthew Broderick was adult Simba. Let me see if I can find who child Simba was. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was young Simba. So there you go.
Who knows? Maybe they'll get him.
Maybe it'll be good. I don't know. I'm curious. Scar was Jeremy Irons, by the way. I knew that.
Okay.
I just forgot. Yeah. I
That's all I'll
hope.
say right now.
I hope if they're doing this, obviously.
Yeah.
But if they are going to continue with this, I hope it'll be more like Beauty and the Beast. I hope it'll be like Beauty and the Beast, or it'll be like Maleficent.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to just tell us something that we didn't see anything of in the first movie, I'd be okay with it. But, and I don't think they're going to do that. But, I don't know. I hope it's more like Beauty and the Beast and is justified. I hope they justify it. I just hope they justify the reason for remaking it in CG, whatever. Young Justice, Brody, is getting a season 3. I believe on Cartoon Network still, through Cartoon Network.
Maybe. Hopefully they'll treat it better than they treat all their other crap.
Oh, it has been long hoped for, long rumored, but DC has officially confirmed it this week.
And maybe this time they'll sell enough action figures to not get canceled.
Yeah, that's basically what ruined them last time.
It was.
I'll tell you this. The only reason it's coming back is fans.
Mm-hmm.
People have just shown this show so much freaking love. The voice actor who voices Wally West or Speedy in the show, I remember at some point someone tweeted him and was like, "What can we as fans do to like get the show back? Like what can we do?" And he said, "Go watch it on Netflix." He said, "Go watch it as many times as you can on Netflix." So I've watched the whole season 1 and 2 on Netflix like 2 times because it's a good show. But anyway, Warner Brothers and DC have announced that they are doing a 3rd season. I believe it's going to come out in 2018, but that may be getting mixed in with this another announcement that they made. But yeah, let's go with 2018. But they are also making a live-action version of Teen Titans.
That'll be weird.
No, it won't.
It depends. Is it like gonna be a movie?
No, it'll be a show.
That might be weird.
It'll be Teen Titans Show.
That might be weird.
Get it? Not Teen Titans Go, but Teen Titans Show.
That might be weird. If they have like a budget of a TV and have to like or somehow CGI with TV budget, Beast Boy.
No. Have you seen you don't watch Arrow, Flash, or Supergirl?
No.
Watch those and tell me a Teen Titans live action wouldn't be awesome.
It depends how well
especially
they can CGI.
Especially right now, because right now in those shows we have Speedy, we have Megan, who is Miss Martian. We don't have a Robin. Who else do we have? We had I'm saying Speedy. I'm meaning Kid Flash. We've got Kid Flash, but we also have Speedy, who is Green Arrow's sidekick. There's one other person that we have who's in like the Young Justice show. I can't think of who it is, but like I could totally see this being awesome. The thing that I think is most interesting about this announcement, though, is that it's not going to be on any channel. It's going to be on some sort of DC branded online video service.
Weird.
Which I'm really curious what that is. I don't know if it's announced at this point, but I think that's interesting to me that it's not going to a station or a network. It's going to their own private thing. So
anything moved to like online streaming like bugs me out just because of how Nickelodeon treated Avatar.
Oh yeah. Which I saw a petition the other day
for season 3
for Netflix to pick up the license of Avatar, not necessarily to continue Korra or Aang, but to just start something else. It's tangent time. I would love to see someone take Avatar: The Last Airbender, that brand of Avatar, and turn it into Doctor Who. Because it essentially has the same formula.
Yeah.
The formula with Doctor Who, and the reason Doctor Who has gone on so long is the reincarnation cycle. The Doctor can die and reincarnate into a new actor and continue on. The Avatar is set up perfectly for that.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything with it.
I saw like I don't know if someone was just trying to start a rumor. It was an idea of if they did a season 3 to do 2 twin Earthbenders.
That would be awesome.
But the thing you
mean like a third series?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Would only one be the Avatar? Which would be a kind of cool concept of like.
Oh no! That's how they'd have to do it. They couldn't have 2 avatars.
Yeah.
But that is
That
a
would be a
really
cool
interesting
concept.
idea. God, can you imagine being the twin that didn't get to be the avatar?
That'd be like a cool thing to like explore, I think.
Netflix, please, you're our only hope. I think that would do so well on Netflix.
Yeah. Good luck though with trying to get Nickelodeon on that again. I don't even want Nickelodeon to try.
They're not doing it. They're not using it. What's the point? I mean, they're going to have to pay for it. Like Netflix is going to have to pay for it if they want it. But Nickelodeon's not doing anything with it. What do they want?
They treated it like shit for the second series anyway. So
No, I really liked the second series.
Well,
they
the
didn't
second series
treat
was
it
good.
right. They didn't treat it right, but I really liked it. Throwing it online only.
yeah, in the middle of their last season, like
I don't know. I guess
it's like
that
they wanted
audience,
it to fail. Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network's with Steven Universe and Adventure Time is like there's like new episodes of Steven coming out like I think next week. Like a lot, and the trailer for it looks freaking awesome.
Adventure Time?
No, Steven Universe.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Adventure Time's supposed to be ending soon.
They've got I just saw that they had a new season or something announced or whatever it was.
But it's like I haven't seen advertisement for it anywhere.
Yeah.
The only reason I saw the trailer was because it was uploaded by some random
right.
person on YouTube.
That's what I saw.
It wasn't even the Cartoon Network YouTube.
Yeah.
But like, that trailer's so cool now that I think about it again.
Well, and to get us back to the topic, Young Justice was very
yeah.
similar. It was not very well promoted on Cartoon Network.
No, it's like the only thing that Cartoon Network shows right now is Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Just all the time.
Don't like it.
Hopefully they'll. I guess they can't really treat Young Justice better since it's on some other kind of.
No, Young Justice, as far as I can tell, is going to stay on Cartoon Network where it's been.
Oh, I thought you were saying there was.
No.
The streaming.
No.
Something. I don't know.
Teen Titans live action is going to be on their new whatever this new streaming service is.
Well, then yes. Hopefully, Cartoon Network will treat it better than.
I hope that this streaming service is somehow going to connect with CW Seed, which is the CW's online service.
Yeah.
They have like any animated DC movie, just about you can go watch on there, like Justice League Doom, which is a good animated Justice League movie.
There's like a Teen Titans animated movie that came out recently.
And I think you can see that on the CW Seed too. So there's a lot of good DC animated stuff on the CW Seed. So I don't know why they wouldn't. I assume they're going to do their own thing and have a DC something. But I would love for CW Seed to have some sort of access to that. Because they've got Arrow, they've got Flash, they've got Supergirl, they now have Constantine, Legends of Tomorrow, they've got Vixen. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's been rumored. It's been rumored, but I've also been jokingly saying that right now we've got Supergirl on Monday, we've got Flash on Tuesday, Green Arrow on Wednesday, Legends of Tomorrow on Thursday, and it was like we just got Friday. We just need one more show, and I was like, how cool would it be to have a Nightwing show on Friday? Obviously, they're not doing Teen Titans on CW, but I hope it'll come to that. They have Black Lightning, which is coming to CW. Maybe that will be Friday, but I don't know. Anyway, I would have loved to see Teen Titans on CW.
Yeah.
I think
wonder who,
at this point, DC, that makes the most sense to me. But
my shoes untied.
I digress.
Who do you think is going to be like live action Robin?
I think it's going to be Nightwing.
And not Robin?
And not Robin. Okay. That's just my call at this point. Have you seen? There's been a slew of Teen Titan animated movies that have been coming through DC, and I always say that if you want to try to predict what live action movies are going to do, go watch whatever most recent animated movie was done, because they're usually tracking towards a similar path. Blah blah blah. There's this one called, it was Teen Titans. Shoot, I can't think of the subplot, subname. It had Damian Wayne in it, and Starfire, Beast Boy, Terra, Blue Beetle, not Cyborg. I also predict that Blue Beetle will replace Cyborg in the Teen Titans
series.
Yeah, the live action one that they're working on. I'm pretty sure Blue Beetle is going to replace him in that. Okay. Because Cyborg's a Justice League person now. Because of the new 52.
Yeah.
Man, I can't. Judas Contract. That was it. That was the sub. So Teen Titans Judas Contract. Anyway, that was an animated movie that just came out recently. Nightwing was leading the Titans. Starfire was older. They were in a relationship still. I'm pretty sure Beast Boy was in it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I saw him. I know Blue Beetle was in it, and Terra was in it, and Damian Wayne, Robin, was in it. So I don't know that I expect Damian Wayne to be in it.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a pretty significant jump in the TV universe for people to go to. Obviously, comic book fans would know what that was right off the bat, but I feel like they usually try to build things up to at least to a certain degree. Like throwing Batman and Batman versus Superman without any real origin story works because everyone knows who Batman is.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know who Damian Wayne is necessarily.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I don't know if he would be in it. I think Starfire will be in it. I think Raven was in that Judas Contract as well. I forgot about her. I think Starfire, Raven, Robin / Nightwing, Blue Beetle, Beast Boy, and maybe Terra. That would be the team. I bet Terra would come along later.
All I remember of Terra from the original series is that she was a butt to Beast Boy. So.
Yeah, he liked her though.
Yeah.
She could move rocks or something. She wasn't an earthbender, but she could move rocks or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Overwatch. So Overwatch has announced 3 new maps, right?
Yeah.
You talk about this.
I'd have to.
You're the Overwatch expert.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. It's
could,
either
you talk about it.
There's
I'll get my notes.
3
up.
maps confirmed coming for Quick Play Competitive, and I think 3 or 2 more or something for the arcade mode. I don't remember which it was.
Okay, yeah. So here you go. Let me read it off. So yeah, basically, and I'm reading off of IGN for anyone curious. Jeff Kaplan. He said, we currently have 3 maps in development, all past the initial playtesting phase and and they are standard maps, aka quick play and competitive. While something could always change, all 3 of these are likely to release this year. Yeah. So before the end of the year, we'll hopefully have these. Blah, blah, blah. He said they are also working on a few other experiments. So I didn't know what that meant, but arcade mode, that sounds right.
What else do we have?
That's really all he really talked about here. But
I know they said Zarya has 2 new skins coming, I think.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hanzo has 3 legendary skins they're working on.
Thank
think
goodness.
if I read that right. Which,
he
hasn't had anything
love
since Halloween, which was just an epic skin.
Well, I thought this was interesting. It just kind of a side note on this article was that Overwatch has only received 1 new map since they've started, and it was the Oasis.
No, that was an arcade. Eichenwald was new.
Oh, that's right, Eichenwald.
So
Oasis is only in arcade?
No, sorry. Antarctica, Eco Points at Antarctica was
an arcade special?
Arcade. Oasis and Eichenwald were added to competitive quick play.
Okay, that's right. I was about to say, I knew that couldn't be right.
So about 3, like maybe 1 for each, like, I was going to say 4 months, but.
So are you saying there's been like a new level for each event? That's not right.
No.
That's not right. So there's only been 1 or 2 new maps added this year.
2 have come out since May of last year when the game came out.
Right.
That's
not a ton. We've had more new we've almost had that many new characters at this point.
And the anniversary is coming up soon, the 24th, I think.
It's later in a month
of May. Yeah,
something like that.
So what?
Hopefully they'll do something there. But
if you're a big fan of Blizzard, there's a thing going on right now of Genji has been added to Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm.
And he had a really cool little short they did with Genji fighting Diablo and Diva jumping in.
Yeah. And, Officer Diva.
Yeah. They're already only Genji was a thing from the first time they did Heroes of the Storm and added Zarya and stuff. But they've given people a new chance of if you play Heroes of the Storm right now, I think it's already started. It's called the Nexus Challenge. If you play 5 matches this week, you can get the Oni Genji skin again. And then next week, I think, is week 2. And if you play 5 matches, then you'll get the Officer Diva skin, which is a new thing, which is awesome. And I've seen some people that were super upset, console players, were like, there's no freaking way for us to play Heroes of the Storm because it's a PC game.
Kaplan said that they will eventually make it as something you can win in any loot box.
Yeah, they'll add it to like the base game loot box, which I'm okay with. I've seen
people
say... He didn't
mention when, though. I assume...
Probably way later this year or something, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that. I've seen a bunch of people say that, like, you can play Heroes of the Storm even with a potato PC, but it's like...
I thought you were going to say you can play with a potato.
I mean, that's pretty much what people have said, but I have a Mac. I don't know if it could play it anyway, just because it's a Mac, and Macs can't play many games.
Right.
But, like...
Well, and you'd have to have a pretty souped up
MOBAs anyway. I hate MOBAs, honestly. So I'm glad that they're adding it to the base game, just so I don't have to play a MOBA.
I mean, I think they had to. With the console players not being able to access that sort of stuff, it's really unfair. Because, I mean, what if, even if you had a PC that could run it, but you play Overwatch, console Overwatch, like, how is that fair to you?
Every time I've seen Oni Genji, I've just been like, this isn't fair. I want that skin. This isn't fair. Which I did get Blackwatch Genji.
You did?
I bought him.
Oh, you bought him.
I burned myself out completely after playing probably like every night for like 2 weeks after the event started.
Right.
And last Friday, Alexanne had a paper that was still due, and she didn't end up finishing it until like 5 in the morning or something. So I played Overwatch from when I got off work. That was probably like 10 to like 5 the next morning. And like after that,
you were just like,
I've just been like,
I'm done.
I'm burnt out. I can't play it anymore.
Well, that's like when you said that. I think you mentioned this last week that you were like, I've got the funds, I can buy it. I'm just waiting till it's like almost over, and if I don't have it by then, and I was like, just buy it now. Like, don't wait. But then you were like, no, I'm gonna wait because as soon as I buy it, I'm gonna open one and get it.
Mm-hmm. Which was my thinking, but after I burned myself out, I was like, I'm not gonna play again.
There's a certain point where it's just like, I'm done.
Yeah, it's like I'm just buying it. I'll get it, and I'm done.
Yeah.
I got the skins I really wanted. I'm good. I'm sure there's going to be some event during the anniversary.
So do you think for the anniversary they're going to drop all 3 of these maps in one go? No?
I think they might add skins for each character, maybe like an event kind of thing.
Oh, but what if they dropped 3 new maps?
No.
Dropped
there's no way.
Doomfist.
No. There's no way.
And had an event for their anniversary.
No, you'd be hyping yourself way up for that. No.
Oh, but
There's
what
no
a way to knock out year 1.
No.
You don't think so?
They wouldn't have anything left for the rest of the year. I mean, sure, there's like summer games and Halloween, but...
Well, but so this is the question, though. Are they going to continue creating brand new things? Like, how long is this going to go?
I don't know. But
I mean, obviously, it's won so many Game of the Year. We were talking about this when we were playing it the other day, of just how good, like, how much of an investment, like, when you bought the game, if it was worth $60 to you, now it's you paid too little for it, you know, because all the events that have come through, like, all the skins that you have, all the new characters that you've had, like, it's just and all free. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're jumping in now, you've missed out on a lot of the good skins, but...
Right, but still, I mean...
You'll have a chance to get them again.
This is my thought, though. As good as it's been this year, can we really expect a whole nother year of a completely different event every, like...
I think it's going to be the
same we're not going to have a Summer Games this year. Like, it's going to be something different, you know?
I think it's still going to be Summer Games.
See, and I agree with you. I think we're going to just start to cycle through these same events. Maybe we'll get new skins each year till everybody has skins.
Uprising's not going to be it.
But at some point, we're going to have to hit a point where it's just, the next event's coming up, the next event's coming up, the next event's coming up, or they make an Overwatch 2.
I watched a video of someone actually talking about an Overwatch 2, and he was like, that's stupid, because they've said that this is going to last a while of them just updating.
I think it will. But how, I mean, are we really going to see 5 years of new characters, new maps? I think skins would be fair to believe that, but...
The thing I saw...
New events?
Was that he compared a lot of other Blizzard games of like
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft has the base game and then added on things. And so does Diablo. Diablo has the base game and then other add-ons. So they think that maybe
in like 5 years we'll have some kind of massive update pack that you can buy.
Yeah.
I could expect that. But and we've talked about this before with when Doomfist was rumored and then Orisa showed up. I said then that I think Doomfist is your closer. He's your finisher. He's the guy you drop when it's almost all said and done.
I think he's next.
How awesome would... I know. That's what I'm saying. I think they drop him at the year 1 anniversary.
Maybe.
And they go all out. Maybe. I would go all out for the year 1. I'd drop at least a new map, Doomfist, and then have an event based around it.
Maybe. I don't know.
How cool would it be, though?
Oh, it'd be really cool. I'd freak out.
Oh, I bet. That's just what I think. I don't know enough about Overwatch to really make any huge claims, but that would be awesome, in my opinion. But anyway, awesome. We've talked long enough. Thanks for tuning in this week. We hope you have enjoyed our topics of conversation.
I don't.
Let us know what you think about PlayStation Plus this month. Are you excited? Are these good games?
Are you looking forward to Abzu or
Tales of the Borderlands?
Yeah. Which one are you looking forward to more?
Do you think this is an improvement, that we're seeing a better quality in stuff
Since they raised the PlayStation
since they've
Plus
raised
price.
that price point. Let us know what you think. What did you think about the Golden Circle trailer? Does it look awesome? Do you not care? Have you seen the first one? Did I completely ruin it for you? Hashtag sorry. Hashtag not sorry. Let us know what you think. Disney news. Are you excited about all these new movies? Do you hate the idea of a Lion King live action? Do you hate Frozen 2 and want a Tangled 2? Hashtag Tangled 2. Let us know. Justice League. Young Justice, Teen Titans. Are you excited about those? Should they be on CW? Blah, 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 blah. Let us know what you think. And then Overwatch. Tell me that I'm right and that Doomfist and the next 3 maps are all going to go off at one time
They will not release
in May
3
for
maps
their
at
year
once.
1 anniversary. Tell me I'm wrong. Just tell me I'm wrong, okay?
You're wrong.
Make a comment. Do it. And you can tell me that in several different ways. First way, if you're watching on YouTube, you're already at ChortleGames.com. You can leave us a nice little comment there. Or if you're listening to the podcast through probably iTunes, you can leave us a nice little review on iTunes. And that's a great way to do that. We can see those and can respond. And then you can also email us at the email ChortleCast@gmail.com. You can email us that. Feel free to email us comments on this video, or if you have any topics that you'd like to hear us discuss or bits of news that you want to bring to our attention, you can do that there. You can also tweet us at ChortleGames. We're fairly active on Twitter, but we'll see that, and we typically respond to people when they tweet at us. So
You do.
anyway,
I always do.
Brody always does. If Brody doesn't, I do. So, but yeah, that's it. That's our show for this week.
Have a great day, you. Yeah, great Friday. Have a great weekend too.
Yeah, we got some great stuff coming up on the channel. We've been filming a lot. We've been apart for a while, and we're actually, this summer is crazy. I tweeted today that I literally am doing something every weekend starting May 20th. Actually, no, starting this weekend until like the end of July. I've
We're gonna
got
have to
something I'm
do,
doing every weekend.
What we did when we first started of just bulk
Where we
film Fridays.
basically that's what we're gonna have to start doing. But anyway, all that to say, we've got some great stuff coming up on the channel. We're continuing Night in the Woods. I cannot remember what happens in the episode that's coming up Monday. I believe we're in a nightmare, and we're gonna see what that nightmare is all about, and then what's gonna happen after that. And then Wednesday, we're gonna have this little game.
Space-time adventure.
We're gonna have a little space-time adventure. So it's gonna be me, Lee Allison, and Brody on a space-time adventure as lovers in a dangerous space-time.
Yep.
We're gonna be playing a little bit of that. It was so much fun.
That's a fun
when
game.
we recorded that game, we had a blast. The first episode, I feel like, was very rough for us because none of us knew how it worked.
Yeah.
But by like the second and third episode that we've already filmed for this, we were all just like giddy with excitement,
It's
ready to
so
keep
much
playing.
fun.
We're not gonna have enough time to film another episode of it this week, but you came to me like, okay, Alexander's ready to do this. Like
Yeah.
we need to film it this weekend, but we're just not gonna have time. But anyway,
April's not over.
you
Still
can look
free.
It is.
Get
It is. Go get it. It's the PlayStation Plus free game this month in April.
You have till next Tuesday to get it.
Get on it. But anyway, so we got some good stuff coming on next week. So look forward to that.
Stream.
We're streaming right now. Probably if you're watching this today, Friday when this comes out, we're going to be streaming Outlast 2. So if you want to see me scream and shoot fluids everywhere, be that vomit or if I crap myself from terror, that you can come watch the live stream and it'll be great.
Yay.
I guess we got to figure out face cam for that. I hadn't even thought about that, but we need to figure it'll be PlayStation, so we can do that. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna live stream that. We're doing it right now on the channel. So if you're listening to a podcast, go to ChortleGames.com, check that out. You can also check us out on VidMe. We're Chortle Games on there as well.
We are on there now.
I apologize if you are a VidMe viewer. I am still trying to figure out a way to
Vidmian?
a Vidmian. I like that. I'm still trying to figure out a way to schedule our videos to upload like I do on YouTube. So that's been a bit of a struggle for me, especially since I've been gone lately because there's no way to like schedule uploads on VidMe. That I've found. If you know of something, please let me know. Or they may have been updating it. They've been updating a lot since we've jumped on. So anyway, apologies if you're a VidMe viewer, but we will eventually be getting those on there. So anyway, yeah. So we've got some great stuff next week. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you guys and your support. We'll see you next time. Bye. You got any words of wisdom you want to leave these fine people on Friday?
If you feel like you're going through crap, maybe you shouldn't watch Outlast, and you should take a nap.
I was gonna say.